You are someone who thinks I am not good enough, I am cringe, and people are going to judge me, then you need to hear this. This video is not going to be just another pep talk that you watch while binge watching YouTube and Netflix and chill. This video is going to be as if we are talking on FaceTime. So grab your popcorn, water bottles, whatever you need, and sit down. In this video, we are going to talk about how your desire to create should be stronger than your fear of judgment. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video. A lot of times, we hold ourselves back from doing things that we actually want to do, not only because we think we are not good enough, but also because of people's perception of us. The truth is, they are going to judge you no matter what you do. So, might as well do something that will get you somewhere. If I talk about myself, there have been so many times like मेरा जो वो था क्या कहते हैं fear of judgment इसकी वजह से I lost so many opportunities and I think कि if I would have not let that fear get to me, I would have been at a much better place right now. And you know why did that happen? Because I let the voices in my head take control over my decisions. The decisions that I made after that was influenced by fear. At this point, one time it might feel like it's just one decision, it's not going to affect you much, but over time, start doing it over and over again, and you won't even realize. And by the time you realize what you have done with your life, it will be too late. And we are not going to do that. We are not going to die with someone who has potential but didn't do anything about it. Now, this was my pessimistic view of how fear might influence your decision. Now I'm going to talk about the optimistic view of how you are going to change things in your favor. Despite having this fear, this constant fear, these voices inside your head. Let's say you want to start content creation, but you are not comfortable in front of camera, you don't know how to speak, and you constantly think that I'm not good enough and market is too saturated. There are already so many people out there doing the same thing as me. People are not going to watch my videos. But despite that fear, you pick up your phone and start recording and post that video online. It's your first video, so I would say 500,000 views. If your video got this much views, trust me, it is much better than doing nothing. Because despite having that fear of, being judged and being cringe, you still did that something, and 1,000 people heard your voice and they sat there and they constantly listened to what you were saying. And you might feel कि भाई ये तो बहुत छोटा सा नंबर है, but if you equate it into real life, 1,000 people एक पूरे auditorium में आ सकते हैं. Imagine 1,000 people listening to you in real life. How does that feel? It feels amazing, right? And the more you keep doing that thing over and over again, you will be more desensitized to the judgment, to the fear, to the voices inside your head. You start listening more to yourself. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'm not afraid of judgment anymore, but what about me being cringe? Being cringe is a social construct that is made up by people. They are calling you cringe because they are not brave enough to go after their goals and dreams and what it requires to be. They are not brave enough to do all of that. But you are doing it, so that triggers something into them, and that is their way of pulling you down to their level so that you don't achieve your dreams as well. So don't listen to them. It's a made up fake social construct. There is nothing as being cringe. Everyone out there has their own personality and they are doing their own thing. So the next time someone calls you cringe, congratulations, you are doing something right. Now let's talk about your childhood and how your childhood plays a huge role into this. A lot of times our fear of judgment starts from here because we are literally just doing anything to be loved and treated right because that's what society has told us. That's what our parents have told us, that you have to be a certain way to be liked and loved by people. Let's say you are someone who grew up in a really protective environment where your parents were constantly like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't talk to that person, you can't be with that person, you can't go there, you can't be there, you have to stay at home, you are just going to study, you are not going to do anything else. These kind of people as an adult start scrutinizing and literally overthinking every decision they make, and most of their decisions comes from their fear of being accepted and being validated by their parents. And a lot of times these kind of adults not only ruin their life because of that, but also the life of other people around them, like their family if they are married, their children, their partners, and other people around them. But let's say you grew up in a free environment where none of your actions was judged and you just literally did whatever you wanted to do. As an adult, these people have more risk taking abilities than the previous one, and they achieve their goals much faster because they are already prone to exposure therapy and they don't care what other people are going to say about them. If you are someone who grew up in the first condition that I described, trust me, it was not your fault. And what happened to you in your childhood, none of that was your fault because you were just trying to be accepted as a child. But now, as an adult, you have a choice to grow, to heal your wounds, and be a better person. Because let's be real, you can't go around blaming everyone, your parents, and every other person around you, that you have a hard childhood, that's why you are like this, and your life is so hard, nothing good is coming to you. Stop being a whining little bitch because you are not. And these things are going to be hard at first because these things require you to let go of your old narratives, your old preconceived notions, the mindset, and the habits that you had in order to become the new person, better version of yourself that you always wanted to be. You get to choose every single day, and you need to choose it right now. You are going to sit in the same cycle and blame everyone around you and your parents what they did to you, or you are going to take action for your decisions and be a better person and improve your life and get the life that you want. Because reality is that nothing changes if nothing changes. You can binge watch all the glow up videos there are out there on YouTube. You can save 1000 motivation videos on your Pinterest. You can journal all day, but nothing is going to change until and unless you start practically applying them to your life. Stop acting from your feelings because trust me, feelings just come and go. But if you lose this time is not going to come back again. You need to be careful with your time and energy. Start spending all of this time and energy on the things that really matter to you. And trust me, you have all the talent and resources you need to become the person you want to be. You are always going to have this choice of being either be miserable and poor or be miserable and rich. I'm going to choose the latter one. I'll be sitting in my penthouse and like, oh, duh, bitch. I did what I had to do. It hurts, but like, I'm in my penthouse, right? I won't be sitting in my childhood room crying and whining how bad my life is and how people treat me and nothing good is happening in my life. So start doing things and start creating, cheering on you because future you is waiting for you on the other side. Let's do it together, okay? And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.